welcome to the 1994 winner of the Robert Pickering Award for Playwriting Excellence, Slow Burn of Deceit. I want to remind you that our good friends from Hospice have refreshments for you at the intermission. I believe they'll be set up out here in the lobby. They appreciate your use of their facilities and enjoying their information. The classic question in philosophy has always been, if a tree falls in the forest and there's no one around to hear it, does it make a noise? The classic in the theaters is, if an author writes the greatest play ever and no audience ever sees it, is it still a good play? In order to help solve that dilemma, over the last 10 years, we at the community theater, since the Renaissance that brought us back to life with Bob's original play, Slight Exaggeration, have read over 1,000 original plays. We've performed 10 shows that might not have otherwise been performed. We've put on 10 authors' works who might not have otherwise been performed. I believe it's a very important function that we serve in the theater. Those 10 plays might not have been seen. Those authors might not have been encouraged to go on and do greater things, or even to move those plays on to better things. Several of them have advanced. The author of tonight's show is with us this evening. I'm sure she'll appreciate your comments. Let her know what we feel about the show. Let her know that Coldwater appreciates these types of offerings. Encourage her so that she will be able to go on and write more and publish and become as famed as we believe she deserves to be from this offering tonight. We're very proud of the show that we have for you. And with that, I offer you a Slow Burn of Deceit. Thank you.
Music?
I love it.
My dear?
With pleasure, sir.
How about a drink?
Yes, I love
Okay. Champagne?
it. Champagne, yes.
To 5 wonderful years.
5 wonderful years. The best years I've ever had. I never dreamed I'd have.
Me too, my dear.
I love you so much.
And I adore you.
Is that the door?
What?
Oh, someone's at the door.
Don't get it.
We have to get it. They can hear the music.
So?
Please. Come on, stop.
All right.
I'm getting the door.
Okay. What is it? Are you all right?
No.
What do you mean? What is it? Who is it?
I think I'm going to have a heart attack.
What do you mean you're going to have a heart attack? What is it? Who's outside the door, Julia? Who is it?
It's Victor.
Victor?
Victor.
Well, what's he doing here?
I don't know.
Oh, I'll just get rid of him then.
No, don't.
Why the hell not?
Because I don't want him knowing who you are. Oh, please, Lee, I'm begging you. Don't open that door.
Have you gone mad?
Lee, please.
What are you doing?
I'm begging you. Just pretend he's not there and he'll go away.
He's not going to just go away. My point exactly.
Please, Lee, I'm terrified. I haven't seen or heard from him in over 6 years. And I bet I know why he's back. He's here to get back at me. That's how he is. He'd sit and wait patiently until no one would ever suspect him, and then he'd come back and wham, he'd strike. Oh, God.
Come here. Just sit down and relax. Taking a nice, easy breath. Breathe in and out. Inhale and exhale. All right, now you sit, relax, and keep breathing. I'll get the door.
No, wait. I'll get the door. You go hide in the bedroom.
You want me to hide in the bedroom?
Yes, I don't want him knowing who you are.
I'm supposed to hide in the bedroom while you let someone who's practically made you hyperventilate into our home?
That's the only way I'll open the door. It's your choice.
Fine. Suit yourself. But I'll be listening.
Victor.
Hello, Julia. My, you look lovely.
Oh, thank you. What are you doing here, Victor?
I need to talk to you. May I come in?
No. I mean, I'm busy. Now's really not a good time for me.
I see.
Well, then,
Julia, please.
what?
Could I just get a drink of water?
A glass of water? No, like I said, I'm busy. Now's not a good time for me. I have to go.
Julia, please. I'm exhausted. Just a sip of water. We are still friends, aren't we?
Well, yeah, we're still friends in a way. I mean, how much of friends could we be? Look, why don't you give me your number, and I'll call you tomorrow.
I don't have a number. I just moved back.
Oh, really?
I just got in, and I don't have a place to stay yet.
And you came here.
Well, I did expect a little more hospitality than I'm getting.
I haven't seen or heard from you in over 6 years, and you pop up on my doorstep at 9 o'clock on a Friday night and expect me to welcome you with open arms?
Yes,
Why?
because we were close once.
And I'm married now. Look, we have to end this. What are you doing, Victor?
Julia, I need to talk to you. And I'm not going to let you just run away. I shouldn't have let you 6 years ago. And I'm not going to now.
Get out of my house.
I'm not going. You're going to listen to me for once.
Are you crazy? I don't have to listen to anything you say. Now get out of my house or I'm calling the police.
You're not going to call the police.
Watch me.
Put down the phone. Come sit down.
Let go of me.
Let go of her and get out of this house, or I'll call the police.
You didn't tell me you had company.
Not company, I'm her husband.
I thought you told me he was 5'6" and balding.
Surprise, surprise.
Why did you lie to me?
You must not remember correctly.
Julia, I remember everything. I have the kind of memory that doesn't forget a thing, and I distinctly remember you telling me he was 5'6" and balding.
Well, as you can see, he's quite tall and has a full head of hair, so your memory must not be as good as you think.
What is it that you want here, Victor?
It's kind of a personal thing. I think I'll just come back some other time.
I don't think that's a very good idea. There's really nothing for us to talk about.
Yes, there is. We will talk. Sometime soon. Goodbye, Julia.
I knew not hearing from him was too good to be true.
Ow, he's just trying to throw his weight around.
You don't know him.
I don't see why you're so upset.
I'm upset because he's a manipulator and a liar. You can't trust a thing he says, Lee.
And that's why you stayed with him for 2 years?
I didn't know at first. He flattered me, swept me off my feet. He made me feel like I was the only woman alive. He charmed me, Lee. What can I say? He was great to me in the beginning. Then I found out about the lies.
Does he take steroids?
What? Why?
I just don't think a man his age could retain such muscle mass without some help.
I'm terrified and you're looking at his muscles?
I just don't think that's from pumping iron alone.
He was always well built.
Oh, really?
You asked.
Did he look good to you?
He looked so good I could hardly breathe and almost had a heart attack. Oh my God. Oh, I just had the worst thought.
What?
He came here tonight. Tonight, Lee. Oh my God, he did it on purpose. There are 365 days in the year and he chose tonight, our anniversary, to show up. I know it's all part of his plan.
I'm sure it's just a coincidence. Come on now, you know you have a tendency to be a bit paranoid. Besides, how would he know it's our anniversary?
He found us, didn't he?
Julia, you've got to calm down a bit. You know, I think you're overreacting a bit. I'm sure there's a very simple explanation to all of this.
You're sure there's a simple explanation for all of this?
Yeah.
The only people he knew were my mother and Michelle, and neither of them would tell him anything. He had to seek us out, Lee. How would he know my married name?
Your work.
Oh, I can't breathe.
Listen, just relax and keep breathing. Breathe in, and out. That's right, in and out. Look, I'm not going to let him hurt you if that's what you're worried about. Do you understand? He's not going to hurt you.
I just have this feeling he wants to ruin us, Lee. I just have that feeling.
He's not going to ruin us. Our love is stronger than any bond on earth, no matter what he does.
You don't know him.
Look, first thing in the morning, we'll go down to the police station. We'll file a report for harassment. That way it'll be on record. Then after that, we'll do whatever you want so that you don't have to worry. Okay?
Okay.
All right. You sit. I'll get it. He's back.
I told you he'd be back.
What do I do?
Kill him.
Be serious, Julia. What do you want me to do?
Let him in, invite him to tea. He's not going to go away.
Well, I'm not going to answer it then. He can just rot out there. He'll leave when nature calls.
It rarely does. He's like the Terminator, Lee. He has perfect hair, perfect skin, never seems to do or have any foul bodily functions. He doesn't even have BO, for God's sake. Wherever we would go, women would fall all over him. I could be standing right next to him and they could have cared less.
Come on now.
It's true. He probably can't stand that I got rid of him. He's a Scorpio, Lee, and he's vengeful. Go let him in. I'll ingratiate myself to him and explain to him that it was nothing personal, it's just that we weren't right for each other. Go, let him in.
Mr. No B.O.? Sure, anytime.
Come on, Lee, this is serious.
So I'm supposed to sit here and listen to you tell Mr. Perfect Skin how wonderful he is, but that things just didn't work out. I don't think so. For all you know, he may get the wrong impression and think you're still in love with him.
I'm only doing it to try to get rid of him. You'll know it's not the truth.
I choose we let him rot.
Please, Lee, I have to find out what he wants.
Fine, let him in. But remember, whatever happens, it was you that decided to let him in.
What do you want, Victor?
I don't have anywhere else to stay. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have walked out. It's just I thought we were still friends, and that you'd help me out for a night or two. I never expected you to be so cold.
I'm sorry, but this is a bit of a shock.
Look, I know it's a surprise. But couldn't you help me out for just one night?
Why couldn't you go to a hotel or call a friend? Why come here?
You know I don't have anyone else to call. I moved to San Diego right after you left. There's no one else here for me.
Well, what makes you think she's here for you?
I do have a husband now, Victor, and a totally new life.
I know. It's just that you said if we ever ran into each other again, or if I ever came to town, that you'd be a friendly face. Someone who wants care.
That's just something one says when trying to amicably break up with someone. I didn't mean you could pop up on my doorstep and expect a room for the night.
I'd never ask, but I've lost my job. I've fallen on some hard times lately. I really don't have the money to pay for a hotel. I'm trying to save what little I have for food and absolute necessities. Couldn't you help me out?
Look, we're sorry for you, but your problems are really not my wife's concern. And it's a bit presumptuous of you to think that you can merely show up at the door and get a night's lodging. God, you act as though she left you just yesterday. We've been married for 6 years already.
5.
5 what?
5 years. You've been married 5 years.
How the hell do you know?
I just know that you got married in Bermuda 5 years ago.
How do you know that, Victor?
It was in all the papers. Lee Brennan III, son of Marcia and Lee Brennan II, heir to the Brennan financial fortune. Marries Julia Simon, daughter of John and Sophia Simon, etc., etc.
What'd you do, memorize it?
It's not hard to remember.
How could you have seen it in all the papers if you moved to San Diego? Or was the entire move a lie?
Of course not.
Well, how'd you know that?
I continue to subscribe to the Sunday paper just to find out what's going on at home. I did live here for 38 years, remember? Is there any harm in trying to stay in touch?
With my wife?
No, with the city.
Look, why should we believe anything you have to say? From what I understand, you could make a profession out of conning them out.
That may have been true once, but I've changed. I've learned from my mistakes. I don't lie anymore. I've realized that was just coming from my own insecurities. I didn't think I was good enough for you, Julia, so I lied about myself.
Victor, if you're really different, then I'm happy for you. But that doesn't change the fact that I'm married now, and you simply cannot spend the night. Here. We'll give you some money to find a home.
Excuse me for a moment, will you please, Victor? Thanks. Are you out of your mind? What do we have to give him anything? I don't want to give him one dime.
Lee, all he wants is a place to stay. I'm so relieved that's all he wants. $50 seems like a godsend. We'll get him out of our lives, and he'll get a room somewhere. Believe it or not, he has a tremendous pride. I'm sure it was terribly difficult for him to even come here in the first place.
You're sticking up for him. And the son of a bitch can't even wait 5 seconds.
Please, Lee, just let me give him the money.
Fine. Give him the money. But mark my word, he'll be back for more.
Here, this should cover a room for the night.
I can't take your money.
You can't take our money? What the hell do you want then?
I just want a room for the night.
You can't have one here.
Just take the money, Victor.
I'll accept your hospitality, but not your money.
Conditions. He's giving us conditions.
Look, you can't stay here, so take the money. Don't be foolish.
I can't.
Try hard.
Couldn't I just sleep on the couch? I'll make it up to you by making you breakfast in the morning. I'll make my famous huevos rancheros. That was your favorite, remember?
Don't press your luck.
I can't take your money for nothing.
Oh, come on. Sure you can. Try.
Oh, please, just take the money, Victor.
Ah!
Oh, my God, what's wrong?
Oh, God, my head. Jesus.
What should I do?
Close the door.
Oh, it's those pains you remember.
Oh, Jesus, Victor, come on in and sit down. Here, I'll go get you some Motrin.
Bravo, bravo. Now that you're back inside the door, what do you do for a second act? Pass out cold on the couch?
It's not an act. I've been getting these ever since the war.
What war? The Civil War?
No, Vietnam.
Jeez. Here. Here, take all these. God, I didn't mean it.
I have to take that many just to get some relief.
So, what kind of war wound pops up out of nowhere years later?
It happens to him whenever he gets upset. He said it started when he was in Vietnam.
And you buy this?
Don't bother, Julia. He doesn't have to believe me. Can I just lay down for a minute? I need to close my eyes just for a second.
You're not really leaving me much choice now, are you?
So here he is, lying on our couch.
He does get these terrible head pains, Lee.
Oh, I'm sure. And I'm sure they happen to come up at the most opportune moments.
He'll leave soon. He just needs to calm down and let the pills take effect.
With the handful he took, he'll probably be out cold for the next week.
He always could tolerate a lot.
Only drug addicts and dope fiends can tolerate a lot. Oh, what is this?
Maybe he hasn't slept in a long time. He did say he had nowhere to stay.
Well, he can't stay here. Come on, get up, Victor. Come on. Come on. This is just great.
I'm sure it's exhaustion.
Oh, I'm sure. He just happens to get a terrible head pain whereby we have to let him in because he's sick. And then he just happens to take an overdose of pills and pass out on our couch. That is a little bit too convenient for my sensibilities.
What are you doing?
So you're asleep, eh?
What is that?
A pin.
What are you going to do with it?
Stick it in his foot.
No, don't!
We'll see if he's really asleep.
Don't! He could sue us.
Sue us? He's practically broken into our house and he's gonna sue us?
We let him in. And if his foot swells up and turns purple because you rammed a pin in it, yes, he'll sue us. Especially if he's after our money.
Well, now, if he's really passed out, he wouldn't know that I rammed a pin in his foot now, would he?
Just don't stick it in him.
Fine. Now that he's ruined the entire evening, and I have a strange man lying on my couch, I'm just going to sit here for the rest of the night and make sure he doesn't move or go through any of our things.
Good idea. I'll sit with you.
Cannot believe he has ruined our anniversary.
Oh, forget about it, honey. We can celebrate our anniversary tomorrow night and pretend like this never happened. Think we're safe being here with him? I mean, he seems friendly and on the up and up, but I don't know.
You're right. Wait here a minute. Never fear, I'll protect you. If he tries anything, ha, simply crack you.
I think I'd better stay awake.
Don't worry. I'll sleep for a couple of hours, then you can sleep the rest of the night. On one condition. If you see him move, you promise to crack him over the head.
Oh, I'm not going to crack him over the head. I am going to get out of this dress.
Why don't you put on my pajamas?
Fine. Just don't mess with him while I'm gone.
Victor.
What were you doing to him?
Oh, nothing. He's faking it. I know it, I tell you. He's faking it. Come on, Romeo. Wiggle a toe. Just one toe.
I'm really sorry about all this, Lee.
Well, it's not your fault.
Even though I let him in.
Well, he didn't give you much choice, did he?
Oh, Lee, I love you so much.
I love you too.
I'll just close my eyes for a little while, okay?
All right.
Take a whiff.
Oh, God. I told you you were out of here first thing in... Oh, you were out of here first thing in the morning. Now put down the pan and you know where the door is. God.
But the eggs are just about done.
Yeah, and so are you. Give me back my apron and you're out of here. You got it?
Just try them.
No. Now get out.
I think you'd better leave. We appreciate you making the eggs and all, but you have to go.
We don't appreciate you making the eggs and all, considering we asked you not to make them in the first place.
Fine. I'm going. Just don't throw them out. They're really good, Julia. You gotta try them.
Sure.
Thanks. I really appreciate you letting me stay. I know it was an imposition on you.
Think nothing of it. I hope you find a job real soon.
Goodbye.
Thanks again.
Bye.
And good riddance. God, I have never met a man with such nerve. He waltzes into our apartment like he owns it, and then has the nerve to sleep on our couch, come into our kitchen in the morning, use our food and utensils, and make breakfast. I don't want you ever letting him in here again. Did you hear me? If you see him outside, don't open the door, not even a crack. Oh, great. I've got 15 minutes to get downtown to an appointment. God, I totally forgot about my meeting with Henderson. I don't even have time to shower. This is just great. You know, first he ruins our anniversary. And now he's going to make me late for one of the most important meetings of my entire month. Where's my green tie? Do you know?
It's in the closet. Right next to the blue one.
I don't see the blue one.
It's right there.
Oh, I found it.
You better
Briefcase?
hurry.
Where's the briefcase?
It's right there next to the dresser.
Did you put my papers in it?
Yes, I put your
The
papers
papers that were on the desk?
Yes, I did.
Okay, thanks. Sorry.
Honey, you better hurry.
Huh?
You're gonna be late if you don't hurry.
Well, I'll get there. How long did you stay with that guy? 2 years? Stay with 5 seconds. He drives me nuts. How does this look? Is this gonna be all right? Fine. I need a coat. Hang on a second.
Don't forget your briefcase.
Yeah. This all right? It doesn't matter. I've got to get going.
I think you look very handsome.
Now remember, don't open the door for anyone, and if you have to go out, be careful. I don't want anything happening to you. Goodbye. Have a nice day. See ya.
Bye. Good luck.
Thanks.
Don't be afraid. I'm not gonna hurt you. I just need to see you, to be with you without him. I swear I won't hurt you. Just don't scream, all right?
What are you doing here, Victor?
I needed to talk to you, Julia. To see you again. I've missed you so much. It's so good just to look at you.
Look, Victor, you're over-idealizing me. We had a lot of problems, you and I. It was not exactly a bed of roses.
Nothing's a bed of roses.
And we were a bed of thorns. We couldn't even talk to each other. Don't you remember?
I remember I loved you. I remember how wonderful the times were that we spent together, just the two of us.
Victor, don't.
You're shaking. What are you afraid of?
I have plenty to be afraid of, and you know it.
Why? I've never hurt you. Even during our worst fights, did I ever hurt you?
No.
Then why would I hurt you now?
You know that's not what I'm talking about.
Julia, I love you. I've always loved you.
Victor, you need to think about this rationally. You're over-glorifying me. People have a tendency to do that with the past. They remember only the good and forget the bad.
Well, I do remember the good. How could I forget?
And I remember the bad. We weren't right for each other, Victor. We had a very unhealthy, disturbing, dysfunctional relationship.
But we had great sex. You can't deny it, Julia. The passion between us. I know you know it. I know you can feel it as we're standing in this room together. Look at you. Your breathing's heavy. I can tell your heart's racing. I know I send electricity running through you. I know it.
Victor, stop.
What we had was special.
Don't, please.
Tell me you don't still think about me. Tell me you don't still want me. I know you can't.
I don't. I don't still think about you. My breathing's heavy because you're giving me a heart attack. I love my husband, and nothing you can say or do is going to change that.
We'll see.
What do you mean by that?
Nothing. Come, just let me look at you. You're so damn beautiful.
Oh, God, Victor.
I'm mad about you, Julia. Always have been, no matter what you've done.
Please, Victor, you have to stop this.
I can't help myself. I'd die for you, Julia. I'd cut off my right arm right now if it would prove it to you.
Victor, please. Granted, what we had was special in some ways, but most of what we had was rotten. Do you hear me? Rotten.
I just want to feel you, to hold you in my arms again. I've had 6 years to grow and learn. I know I can make you happy, Julia. I know what I did wrong.
I'm married.
I saw a therapist.
I remember what your seeing a therapist was like. You'd lie to him. I couldn't believe you would actually go to a therapist and pay to lie.
That was before. I told you I've changed. I didn't think I was good enough for you, so I lied about myself.
I don't care, Victor. I'm really happy, and I'm really married. And even if I wasn't, I don't want you back.
You're just saying that.
No, I'm not. I don't want you back. Please, Victor, don't make me be cruel. I love my husband. He's shown me what true love is, and I'm very, very happy.
You can't be.
I am.
You're not that happy.
I'm blissfully happy.
You need me.
You are sick. Oh, get away from me! Get away from me! I hate you! I hate you!
You missed.
Get out!
God, you're sexy when you're angry.
Get out! Oh,
Never
out!
swing at someone who's twice your size.
Oh,
Are you all right?
no, I'm not all right.
You're tired. You barely slept all night. Come lie down. I'll get you something to eat.
I'm not hungry. I don't want anything to eat.
I watched you as you were sleeping last night. You know you're more beautiful than ever.
Victor, please. If you really cared about me, if you really, really cared about me, then you'd leave me alone. I don't know how to impress upon you that I don't want you, but I don't want you!
Julia, calm down. Jesus, put that thing down.
Lee just bought this old harpoon gun for a fishing trip. At the time, I thought it was silly. Little did I know how handy it would become.
Seriously, Julia, put that down. The spring mechanism could go off and you could hurt me.
I know.
Well, then put it down for God's sake. The damn thing looks medieval.
Sit down.
What?
I said sit down!
All right.
Now, tell me what you really want.
I told you.
Don't piss me off, Victor, or we could have an accident.
Julia, all I want is you.
You're lying!
It's the truth. I've always wanted you. How can you hate me for that?
Is that what you really want, Victor? Or maybe what you really want is me and all of my husband's money. Is that the little appealing factor you've been leaving out? You did say you were out of work, didn't you?
That has nothing to do with it.
Out of work and you thought you'd come back here and either blackmail or seduce me, right?
Julia, if all I wanted was money, I could marry some rich widow and live happily ever after. Sort of like what you did with Lee.
That's bullshit and you know it. I've never been after money. If I had been, I never would have been with you. You, on the other hand, have always been after it. What's the matter, Victor? Did you run out of resources so you thought you'd come back and find good old Julia? She married rich and you got the goods on her.
I can't believe you think these things of me.
And I can't believe you'd think I'd be so naive. You have exactly 2 seconds to tell me what this is all about. And it better be something I'll believe or your history.
You're scaring me.
I better be.
You wouldn't shoot me with that thing.
Try me. Oh, and remember, as an added bonus, it is rusty.
You're a hard woman, Julia. But you're too chicken to harpoon a man in cold blood.
You shouldn't question me, Victor. You have the potential to drive me over the edge, and I'll do anything to keep what I've got.
And I'll do anything to get what I want.
Oh, let go of me!
Never!
Oh, you just love the fight, don't you, Victor? The battle. Who can outsmart who? Who will win?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Then let go of me, you bully! Did you know yesterday was my anniversary?
No.
You just got done correcting my husband that it was 5 years ago we were married. You memorized the wedding announcement. And you mean to tell me you had no idea yesterday was my anniversary?
I really didn't know. That was the last thing on my mind yesterday.
Oh, I should remember. There's no point in trying to get a pathological liar to tell the truth.
Thank you. Well, that's it. I've had enough. Come here.
What are you doing? Victor, don't, please don't do this to me.
You told me once that I should take what I want. What I want is you.
What you want is to destroy me, don't you? Don't you? You can't just take what you want. You're an animal. You stalk your prey and then you consume it like an animal, not like a man.
I'm an animal. And what are you, Julia, the perfect little society princess? You can't fool me. I know you, remember? You're as hungry as a panther in heat. A wild, smoldering feline. Pretend she's a piece of fine society. So high and mighty, but what you really are is just a starving, ravenous cat, waiting for her mate, only satisfied by her mate. I know your soul.
You don't know anything.
I know you're starving. Forgot what it feels like to be ignited, didn't you? But it's all coming back. I remember the first time I ever saw you, Julia. We were standing there in that tight little red dress. I knew then I had to have you. I knew then that you were going to be mine.
Victor, stop.
Don't you remember? I watched you the entire night. That's why I gave Kristen my card. I wanted to leave it up to you. And you called.
What's your point?
My point is that you wanted me as much as I wanted you.
You're wrong.
Am I? Don't you remember what happened the first night together when I took you to that blues bar?
Stop it, Victor.
What happened when you followed me down to the bathroom? I came out and I found you there.
I said stop it.
What did you do?
Stop!
You devoured me, Julia. As hungry an animal as I've ever known. I had to peel you off of me. We were in public after all.
Are you deriving some kind of perverse pleasure out of all of this?
No. I'm just trying to remind you of your inner soul. When you lost 6 years ago when you stepped into this glass bubble.
You don't know what you're talking about. That wasn't the real me, Victor. You turned me into an animal. Just being with you turns someone into an animal.
You're just afraid of being with someone from a lower background than yours.
Your background has nothing to do with it. My problem with you is that you're a liar. And I don't trust you.
I'm the liar? For all I know, you were seeing Lee before you ever left me.
Don't be ridiculous. You know that couldn't be so.
Do I?
Yes, you do. Aside from the very obvious physical reasons, I, unlike you, don't lie. I told you the first night we met that I couldn't stand liars. What did you do?
Don't bring up the past.
So how's your mother, Victor? So, how is she?
She's dead, and you know it.
No, she's not. Are you forgetting how I found out she was alive?
Drop it, Julia, or I'll tell Lee a few choice morsels about your skeletons.
You're going to tell, aren't you?
No. No, I'm not going to tell. I just said that because you made me angry.
I think I understand everything now. If I won't be with you, you don't want me to be happy with anybody else, do you?
I'm a changed man, Julia. I wouldn't have come back here if I weren't.
I don't care.
Certain things may come to change your mind.
I'll never change my mind.
We'll see. I think maybe I should be going now. But I'll be back.
Don't bother coming back.
I'll see you.
Don't bother coming back, Victor. If you do, I won't see you. Oh my God. What am I going to do now? No message.
Julia, honey, I'm home. Julia, there? Lee, mother called and said she's going to Palm Springs tomorrow. I want to say goodbye to her before she left. I'll be back soon. Love, Julia. Hello? Julia, where the hell are you? Yeah, I know, I read it. I thought we said that you weren't going to go out. Oh. Okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I love you too. I'll see you soon. All right? Bye. Lee? Who'd you expect?
Well, I didn't. I'm just surprised, that's all.
Yeah, you obviously expected to see Julia, who is not here. And even if she was, she doesn't want to ever see you again.
Well, it's just that
I'm listening.
she asked me to.
She what?
She asked me to meet her here at 2 o'clock
When?
this morning.
Am I missing something? The last I heard, she told you to have a nice life. Meaning goodbye? As in forever?
Right. But then I came back, you see, because well, I'd left my watch in the kitchen, and, well, she asked me to come back at 2.
Let me get this straight. My wife let you in, and then told you to come back at 2 o'clock.
Right. So may I come in? It's kind of uncomfortable talking in the hall.
Why bother asking?
Is she here?
No, I just got done telling you she's not.
Mind if I wait?
Yes, I do.
Well, she did ask me to be here. And as you know, I don't have a lot of money, so I really don't want to have to pay for 2 more bus fares just to get back here again.
Look, she may not be back for a couple of hours, and I have a lot of things I have to get to, so why don't you try calling her later?
Julie's a great girl, you know?
Yes, I know. Here's our number. Use it from now on instead of just showing up at our door, okay?
She is such a special person. Are you good to her?
Of course I am.
Do you give her what she wants?
What the hell do you mean by that?
I'm just wondering if she's wanting for anything, that's all.
Yeah, something that you might supply for her, I presume. Take a look around you, Victor. How do you think she's doing? I think it's obvious she's doing quite well.
Monetarily.
In every way. You lived here for a long time, didn't you, Victor?
Yes, I did.
And you have no other friends in town?
None that are still here.
Including my wife.
She didn't give me that impression.
Then you must be blind.
I guess I just don't see it that way. She didn't seem to want me to leave.
This morning? What are you talking about?
She just didn't seem to want me to leave this morning is all.
Remind me, Victor. How long did Julia know you?
About 2 years.
And she left you, didn't she?
Something like that.
Well, now, did she or didn't she?
She did.
And now she's married to me.
Right.
Well, doesn't that tell you something?
I'm just seeing an old friend.
Yeah, or trying to get back an old girlfriend. I can detect a snake from a mile away, and you have been slithering around this apartment way too long.
Julia's hard to satisfy, isn't she?
Excuse me? I don't know what you're talking about.
Not to get too personal, but both of us being mature men and all, we know what she's like, in the biblical sense. I mean, come on, she's wild. She used to wear me out.
I think you had better leave.
Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. She is your wife now.
What do you mean, now?
Nothing. I just considered her my wife is all.
Look, Victor, whatever my wife had with you, she'd like to forget it. She hardly ever mentions your name, except to say that she was overjoyed when she finally left you. You were a mistake. A growing learning experience, but a mistake. Actually, I should thank you. You led her to know what she really wanted in a man so that she was fully ready and certain when she picked me to be her husband.
I just can't help but wonder.
Wonder what?
If she's the same with you as she was with me.
She's better. I think that's quite obvious.
If that's so obvious, why did she kiss me this morning?
She kissed you this morning?
Actually, I had to peel her off of me.
You're lying. Can't you come up with something better than that?
You can see for yourself. Tonight when she undresses, she's wearing a cute little black lace bra with a small rose in the center.
You're sick, Victor. And I know what you're trying to do. You think you can come in here and tear us apart. Well, you can't. You can say anything you want. I'm not going to believe you. I have all the confidence in the world in my wife. She wouldn't be caught dead with a slime bucket like you.
I guess even slime buckets like me offer something that women want. That women can't get enough of. Haven't you ever wondered why women get so turned on by the poor, common, blue-collar type? Well, sure, they marry your type for the money. But it's us that drive them wild between the sheets. Unfortunately, the two don't seem to go together. White collar and brawn, that is. I guess it's the same in reverse. We brawny macho types don't seem to get the money now, do we, Lee? So the women want and desire us. They marry the Lees of the world instead. It's not fair, is it, Lee?
I hate to burst your bubble here, Victor, but I have never had any problem between the sheets, nor have I had any problem making money. So unfortunately for you, some of us do have it all.
Do you, Lee? Does she gasp when you touch her? I remember that part so well. I would touch her, draw her close, and I could feel it take her breath away. I knew I consumed her. I knew she craved me. She held back, not wanting me to control her, not wanting me to know how she really felt, but she didn't have to say a word. I could feel it. She was powerless within my arms. I set something off in her that she'd never felt before. I feel never has again. She wanted me every night. Is she that way with you, Lee?
Yes, she is. You know, they say a man that needs to talk about his sexual conquest really has no conquest at all. Perhaps Julia never really wanted you, and you feel you need to prove to me that she did. You can try all the ploys you want, Victor. It's not going to work. There's something I forgot to mention. If she told you to be here at 2 o'clock, it's because she wanted you to find me here. I guess I can presume that she wants me to get rid of you once and for all. You see, she knew that I'd be home from work by 2 o'clock and that she'd be gone. So, I think I've been civil enough listening to your pathetic lies, and now your time is up. I have a lot of work I have to get to, and then my wife comes home, and I intend on satisfying those animal desires she has for me and my white-collared body, which she has daily. Sometimes twice a day. Julia. Sarah?
What are you doing here, Victor?
Well, I came back at 2 like you told me to.
I never told you to come back here. He's lying, Lee. What's he been doing here with you?
Talking crap, that's all.
Hi, I'm Sarah Parker. Julia and I work together.
Pleased to meet you.
Victor was just leaving, weren't you, Victor?
Oh, don't go. We've only just met. Besides, you know the saying, three's a crowd.
We're not having a party.
Sarah just stopped by to pick up some books. She has a big presentation to put together this weekend. Don't you, Sarah?
Nothing that couldn't stand in the way of a few drinks at your place.
I could go for a drink.
You weren't asked.
I'm really sorry, Sarah, but Lee and I have dinner reservations and need to get ready.
Just one drink, Julia. Please, be a sport.
You don't understand. You have to go.
My Lord, Julia, I've never seen you so rude. It's just one drink. I know you have time for that. You said you weren't going for dinner until 7. I'll have a scotch on the rocks, Lee. So, Victor, is it? What do you do?
I just moved back into town.
Oh, really?
Yes, I just got in yesterday.
So, how do you all know each other?
Victor is an old boyfriend of Julia's and is an unwelcome guest here, Sarah, which is the reason you won't be staying for a drink.
Oh, come now, Lee. Surely you must be kidding.
We haven't seen or talked to each other in years.
I don't know anyone in town anymore, so I stopped by to see Julia.
You don't? Well, I certainly could provide some company for you. That is, if you'd like. I know the city like the back of my hand. Don't I, Julia?
I'd like that very much.
Victor, aren't you forgetting to mention something?
Like what?
Like that you're married?
And divorced.
A mere technicality. So, how long has it been since you two have seen each other?
6 years.
Oh, well then.
And they're not still friends.
All the better. Then I'm sure you won't mind if I take this adorable man out for dinner.
That would be delightful. I'm starved.
I know the cutest little Italian restaurant, not far from here. They serve the best lasagna in town. I know you just love it.
How convenient for you, Victor. She's taking you out to dinner.
Sarah, don't you think you should get started on that presentation?
Don't be silly. I can do it tomorrow.
Let me get this for you.
Thank you. What a charmer.
You know what they say about a wolf in sheep's clothing.
He does kind of look like a wolf, doesn't he? I've always loved wolves. My mother wouldn't let me have one. That's what I always wanted. It truly is.
Well, then, you are a match made in heaven.
Sarah, I really think you need to get started on that presentation. You may have a lot more trouble than you think. Wait here and I'll go get the books.
Don't bother, Julia. You can just leave them with the doorman. I'll come pick them up tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I don't believe it. Did you see that? In less than half a second, he had her eating out of his hand.
Well, it's not exactly hard to get Sarah to eat out of another man's hands. She's so desperate.
Are you saying she's desperate because she's interested in Victor, or desperate because she's desperate?
Desperate because she's desperate. Does that upset you?
Well, yes. He just walked out of here with my friend.
Am I detecting a little jealousy?
No, I'm just worried about her, that's all.
If he weren't so detestable, I'd be more worried about him.
What was he doing here?
He said you told him to meet him here at 2 o'clock.
He's such a damn liar.
Well, he said that he saw you here this morning.
He did?
Yes. He did?
Well, he barged his way in here after you left this morning. I tried to call you, but you weren't there.
What do you mean he barged his way in?
I was picking up the newspaper, and he pushed open the door.
I should have decked him when I had the chance.
That's probably just what he wanted you to do, so that he could throw you in jail.
So what did he do? Did he hurt you?
No, he just said that he missed me, and...
That he wants you back?
Right.
I'm gonna kill you.
Oh, be serious.
I am serious. You should have heard the way he talked to me, Julia. The things that he said about you.
What do you mean? What did he say?
Well, he referred to you as an animal. Like an animal in heat. It was disgusting. I wanted to kill him. Of course I didn't. Instead, I called his bluff. I don't think he knew what to make of it.
Well, what else did he say?
Well, that you were always all over him, and he couldn't keep you away from him.
You know that's not true. You know that he's lying, Lee. Remember, he has no sense of decency.
Julia, honey, calm down.
Oh, Lee, I'm terrified of losing you. He scares me. I know what he's capable of.
You have absolutely nothing to be afraid of. You're not going to lose me. Tell you what, why don't you go, get washed up, changed, and I'll take you out to the nicest dinner you've had all year.
Oh, Lee. I love you.
I love you too.
Which one do you think, Lee? This one or this one?
Do that again.
This one or this one? Or do you hate them both?
No, the black one.
There is no black one.
I mean the red one.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yes, I'm sure.
I'll be back in a minute. Ta-da! That was fast, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Do you want to change?
No.
Good. Then I can get you home quickly and show you how much I love you. What's the matter with you, Lee?
No.
I know you, Lee.
How did Victor know that you were wearing a black bra with a rose in the center?
I don't know. Maybe he could see through my shirt. I was wearing your white pajamas. You can always see a black bra through white pajamas.
With a rose in the center?
Most bras have roses in the center.
I didn't know that.
You're not him.
No, but I'm a man, and I would never even notice a rose in the center. That's just not what I'd be looking at.
You're not him, Lee. I'm sure he's a pro at women's bras. He's probably seen 1,000 of them. Don't you see? That's why he was here. He wants you to start doubting me. And look at this, you are. If he had really known what bra I was wearing, he would have told you the precise color of the rose. But he didn't, did he?
No.
See?
I just don't know about this, Julia.
Lee, you can't listen to him. The power of suggestion is very strong, and he's a master at this. Don't turn your back on him. Don't let him break through, or he'll ruin us.
You said you were an animal with him.
I'm sorry.
An animal, Julia. Like an animal in heat. Always all over you, craving him like an animal in heat.
Oh, Lee, he said that to get at you. He said that to hurt you. Please, Lee, let's just forget about him and go have a good time, okay?
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it, Ju. God, you know, I just don't understand what drives a man like that.
And you never will. He's not like us, Lee.
Thank God I'm not like him. Julia?
What?
Nah, nothing.
Hello? Sarah, I've been worried sick about you. I know you've been with Victor. What? No, of course I'm not jealous that you're finally happy. I'm worried that you don't understand what you're getting yourself into. Oh, Sarah, I know him. You're going to get hurt. Stop telling me I'm jealous and listen to what I'm saying. Look, don't say I didn't warn you. Fine, fine. That's the way you want to be, then I won't say another word. He says he loves you, I guess he must. Oh, Sarah, someone's at the door. I have to go. Goodbye. Who is it?
It's Victor.
I'm not dressed, Victor. What do you want?
Are you naked?
No, I'm not naked. I'm wearing a slip.
It's not like I haven't seen you in less, Julia. Come on, open the door.
I don't recall inviting you here. Go away.
Please, Julia, it's important. I need to talk to you about Sarah.
Sarah? What about her? Something wrong? Is she all right?
She's fine.
She should be. I just hung up with her. Why is it you feel you have to trick someone into getting what you want?
It works. Boy, you look good.
You shouldn't be looking at me. I thought you were happy in a relationship with Sarah.
That doesn't stop me from knowing something good when I see it. I have 2 surprises for you. This is the first one.
This is a ring. Why are you giving me a ring, Victor?
I bought it for you 6 years ago. I just never gave it to you. I've regretted that every day since you left.
Well, it wouldn't have made me stay.
Do you like it?
Of course. But I can't keep it.
It's yours. I won't take it back.
I can't accept it.
Consider it yours from 6 years ago. It's not mine, Julia, and I won't take it back.
Is that why you came here? To give me this ring?
That's one of several reasons. It's also Sarah. She's driving me crazy.
Really? Well, how long has it been? 2 weeks? That's a long time, considering you two just met. And you supposedly came back here because you had to have me, couldn't live without me. No other woman would do, etc., etc.
No other woman does do.
She seems to have been doing fine for the past 2 weeks.
Well, what do you expect? You practically slammed the door in my face, and I needed a place to stay.
So the first woman who opens her door and her legs for you will do.
Look, she was there. Friendly, warm, and willing.
And you had to take advantage of it, didn't you? So you mean to tell me you've just been using Sarah?
I'm not using her. She knows my intentions. Nothing's hidden.
What are your intentions?
I'm just staying with Sarah until I can find a place of my own.
Except you pay in sexual services at night.
Where did you get that?
From Sarah, who, by the way, seems to think there's a lot more to your relationship than you do.
I'm not doing anything to give her that impression.
Oh, nothing except making love to her every night. Something one usually does as an act of tenderness and caring. Oh, or am I forgetting? You don't need to have any feelings to be like that.
My being with Sarah bothers you, doesn't it?
Don't tell me your being with Sarah was premeditated just to get back at me.
Don't be ridiculous. How could I have premeditated that?
You don't need much time, Victor. That's your art. It's too bad you can't make a living at it. You'll excuse me. I have to finish getting dressed.
You're giving me more credit than I deserve. I'm not that good, and you are jealous.
Don't flatter yourself.
I'm not, but I know you. And if you weren't jealous, you wouldn't be trying to seduce me by rolling that nylon up right in front of my face. You know, Julia, you have that way about you that sets a man on fire.
You know, Victor, you have that way about you that's unbelievably slimy. You think you can control women with your flattery and seductive ways. But what happens to you in the end, Victor? You're all alone. No woman wants you. She may want you in the beginning, but not for long. Your life's a cold, empty place. I do pity you.
You pity me?
Yes, I do.
You who suppress your innermost thoughts and desires and live your life like you just stepped out of a Miss Manners brochure? You're like a perfectly chiseled statue, picked and carved just precisely so, but by someone else, Julia, not by yourself. And you pity me.
At least I fit into society and have a husband who loves me and is my best friend. At least I have a life that isn't filled with constant deceptions and one-night stands. You don't know how to feel for anyone but yourself. Well, you're great at giving lip service. You know just how to do and say the right things. But it's not real. You're empty, Victor. I do feel sorry for you.
You don't know anything about me anymore. A lot has happened in the last 6 years. Things you don't know. Things that have changed my life.
Look, Victor, I have to finish getting dressed, so I think you better go. You know where the door is.
Julia.
What is this?
A picture.
Who is it?
What does it look like?
A little boy.
Yes, a little boy. About 6 years old. Handsome, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Most people say he looks like me. I think he rather looks like you.
Where did you get this, Victor?
I took it
You what? I don't understand.
just the other day. It was his birthday, you know?
How could you? We gave him away.
No, I didn't.
But you said you did. We made a deal. It was supposed to be given up for adoption right after it was born. I saw the papers. I met the couple.
I couldn't do it.
But you said you hated children. You said you never wanted any.
But I loved you. He's beautiful, Julia. She'd be so proud of him.
He is. I think he has my eyes, don't you?
Yes, your eyes. And your hair. And your beautiful smile.
Oh my God, Victor. I can't believe you did this. You kept our child. Does he know about me?
Sure. He has that beautiful 8x10 of you by the ocean. He keeps it next to his bed. Sometimes I'll catch him talking to it as if you're really there. He thinks he has the most beautiful mommy in the world.
How could you do this? We made a deal.
I couldn't give him away, Julia. I just couldn't.
But you promised. You promised that if I stayed with you throughout the pregnancy, that the baby would be given up for adoption. That whole deal you made with the couple, was that all false?
Yes.
Oh, how could you do that? You had no right.
He's my child, too.
If I had known you would have kept him, I never would have had him. Oh my God, what am I going to do now?
How about seeing your son?
Is that why you came back?
I came back because I love you.
Love me? You've gone against everything. I trusted you. Do you have any idea what this will do to me?
It'll give you a son.
If I wanted a son, I'd have one with my husband.
But you had one with me.
And you promised we'd never see him again. You're the one that begged me not to have an abortion. That was a trap, wasn't it? You hear about women doing this to men all the time. I hate them for it. I never dreamed it could be done in the reverse. He's a beautiful child, Victor. I never want to see him again.
You're not serious.
I'm dead serious. I never want to see either one of you again.
How can you turn your back on your own son? Look at him. He's beautiful, Julia, so full of love and life. He's just like you. Look at him. How can you be so cold? This is your son.
That's your son.
He's your son, too.
I gave my son away. What did you think you could do? Come back here and bleed my heartstrings and get me to come back to you?
I hoped you would.
Why'd you have to lie? You're not out of work, are you?
No.
And you didn't move back here, did you?
No. I'm only here to get you back with us.
Thank you for the first honest thing you've said since you've been back.
I didn't know what else to do. You remarried so quickly and he has so much money. I didn't think John and I had a chance.
John?
I named him after your father.
Oh my God, Victor, I could kill you! You did that on purpose. You did that to torment me. You knew it would. You knew it!
I didn't do it to hurt you. He's beautiful, Julie. He's so full of love and life. He's so smart, just like you. He's got all of your traits, and none of my bad ones. He's perfect, and he adores you.
He doesn't even know me.
I've told him all about you. He worships you.
He worships a mother that left him?
Yes. He even talks about you to his friends.
Oh my God, Victor. Oh, it feels like you split open my chest and tore open my heart. Oh my God. Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick. I need to be alone.
I understand.
Please, just leave.
Julie, honey, I'm home. Julia?
Lee.
Oh.
I'm so glad that you're home.
Nice reception. Are we going someplace?
Oh, well, yes, at least I hope we are.
It appears as though you've already decided.
Oh, it's not packed. I just got it out of the storage locker.
I see. And where, pray tell, do you think we're going?
Well, how about Aruba? Wouldn't it be wonderful? The sun, the beaches, the casinos?
Well, it sounds wonderful.
Oh, really? I'm so glad you agree.
Well, I said sounds wonderful. I didn't say I agree.
Why not?
Well, how long were you thinking of?
Well, I thought it was time we really got away, like for a month or two.
A month or two? You know I can't get away for that long.
Oh, yes, you can. That's one of the advantages of owning your own business.
Well, it's also one of the disadvantages, my dear. There's no one to look after things while I'm gone.
Jason could cover for you.
Well, not for 2 months he couldn't.
Oh, then for a month. Don't you want to get away? We haven't been away together in ages.
We were in Palm Springs 2 months ago.
We were with my mother. Lee, please, I want to be alone with you.
We're always alone together, Julia.
I meant somewhere romantic.
What's bringing this on? Is it Victor?
No, of course not. Can't I want to be alone on a tropical beach with my husband just because I love him?
All right, I'll see if we can get away next month sometime.
Next month? I want to go now, tomorrow.
Well, that's just not possible.
Yes, it is. You just don't want to. Your business is more important.
Now, you know that's not true.
Then what's stopping you?
Responsibilities. I can't just get up and run off tomorrow.
Well, if you really loved me, you would.
Now you're being childish and irrational.
Can't you just be more wild and impulsive? God, I wish you'd just sweep me off my feet, carry me to a desert island, and make love to me on the beach instead of having to have everything planned and set and pocket.
That's the movies, Julia.
It can be.
Well, not in my line of work.
Fine.
Are you going to pout and hate me the rest of the night?
I guess I'll just have to go buy one of those Harlequin romances and be satisfied by merely reading about daring and sexy men who wildly and impulsively carry their heart's desire off into the sunset and make love to them on the beach.
Are you not satisfied?
Well, I didn't say that.
No, you implied it instead.
Well, you could be more passionate and impulsive.
And taking you off to Aruba tomorrow would do that.
Yes, it would.
Let me think about it.
Oh, Lee, I promise you won't regret it. It'll be just like a second honeymoon. Remember what we did on our honeymoon?
How could I forget?
I'll go call the airlines right now.
Why don't you wait until later?
Lee, it'll only take a minute. Please, I'll be right back.
God, Aruba. I'll get it. Oh, Mr. Gorham, come on in. I didn't expect to see you. I didn't expect you to get back to me so soon.
Well, it was a fairly easy assignment, and I didn't have any trouble at all. So
Good.
here it all is, and the remainder of my bill is inside, so just put a check in the mail. There's a detailed report, so you shouldn't have any questions, but in case you do, you got my number?
Yeah. Well, gosh, thanks very much, Mr. Gorham. I appreciate it. I'll get that check right out in the mail. Thanks again. Take care. Have a nice day.
We're on an 11 o'clock flight tomorrow night. Oh, Lee, I'm so excited. What's the matter with you? I thought you were excited too.
Oh, I am. What time did you say again?
11 tomorrow night.
I see.
What's the matter with you, Lee?
Should something be wrong with me?
No, you should be excited.
I am. In fact, to show you how excited I am about your plan, I have an equally marvelous and spontaneous idea to add to them.
Really? What?
Why don't we, while we're being wild and crazy and impulsive on the beach,
Yes?
make a baby there?
A baby?
Yes, a baby.
Jesus, Lee. That's a little bit more than just wild and spontaneous.
Oh, now, we've talked about it enough.
I know, but it's a little more committal than a month in Aruba.
True, very true.
Why do you want a child all of a sudden?
It's not so sudden.
It is for you. You plan and think out everything, sometimes for months.
Well, now, didn't you just get done telling me that I should be more wild and crazy and impulsive?
Yes, for us to have a little more romance, not a baby.
Well, don't you remember? Just a couple of months ago, we were talking about what a special kind of bond that would be for the two of us.
Yes?
So special because it's an experience that only you and I would share alone. Ours and ours alone.
I remember.
Well, I want that experience. I want that bonding that only you and I will share.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I need some time to think about it.
Well, what's there to think about it? You want to have a child with me, don't you?
Of course.
You did say that when you wanted to have a baby, you wanted to have it with me, didn't you?
Yes. It's just that once you've had one, it changes your life forever.
I know that. What's wrong, Julia? Are you afraid?
No, of course not.
Well, I could understand if you were. A child growing inside of your body, you're getting huge and everything, but, well, it's an experience you've never had before, and the unknown is always frightening.
I'm not afraid. Can we please talk about something else?
Well, listen, we have to be practical. I mean, time is not on our side. You're 35 years old, and, well, for all we know, you may have trouble conceiving. Look at what's happened to so many of our friends. By the time they started trying to get pregnant, that is, well, it was too late. They couldn't have children. What if that happens to us? What if all your eggs dry up? Then you'd never be able to have a child of your own.
Lee, please.
Hey, we just have to be practical and realistic. I mean, we just don't know. So many factors could stand in our way. You might have a problem conceiving. I might have a low sperm count. Neither one of us has had a child, have we? So we just don't know.
I'm sure we won't have any problems.
Well, now, optimism is nice, but I think to be on the safe side, we should start right away.
Lee, you don't just rush into having a child. Once you've had one, it's yours for life. You can't just change your mind one day and say, I don't think I want it anymore, let's get rid of it.
Oh, really?
Yes, really.
I didn't know that asking you to have my baby would upset you so much.
Lee, please, don't take this the wrong way. I want to have your baby. It's just that I want to be sure I'm ready to have one.
All right, Julia. So, what'd you do today?
I stayed home.
Would you like to hear what I did today?
Sure.
I went to work and then I came home.
Very funny.
And then I received a package.
When?
Why, you were calling Ruben.
So, what was in it?
Well, it was the report I got back on your old boyfriend, Victor.
What report?
Well, I thought it would be a good idea to have him investigated, so I did. Would you like to hear?
Go ahead.
Let's see here. In 1987, he moved out to San Diego and started working for Havilland Industries. Does that ring a bell?
Why should it? I haven't talked to him since before he moved.
Oh, that's right. He's currently employed as a supervisor there, working the 11 to 7 shift. It's a mid-sized corporation, and currently running in the red. Should I go on?
Fire away.
He currently owns a small bungalow-style house just outside San Diego. He owns a car and one small speedboat. He's currently unmarried and resides alone, with the exception of his 6-year-old son. Did you hear me, Julia?
Yes, I heard you.
Remind me, Julia, when did you leave Victor? Wasn't it about, 6 years ago?
You know that it was.
Was he cheating on you?
He must have been.
Well, I'm surprised you're not more upset. He was cheating on you, Julia.
I could care less about Victor now, and I could care less about what he did back then.
But he was cheating on you.
That doesn't surprise me.
And she had a baby.
Lots of women do.
There's only one problem.
What?
This. Bears an uncanny resemblance to you, don't you think?
Not really.
Oh, don't lie to me, Julia. He looks just like you.
I didn't know, Lee.
You didn't know? You're carrying him inside you for 9 months.
But I thought we gave him away.
God bless it. Why didn't you tell me, Julia?
Oh, it was supposed to be given up for adoption. I thought I'd never see him again.
Victor kept it, and you didn't know?
I swear I didn't.
God bless it. I want to kill him and you.
Oh, please, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I swear I didn't know.
I wanted to be the only person you ever had a child with. You knew how important that was to me. I don't know that I would have married a woman if I had known she had a child with someone else.
We never have to see it again. It can be out of our lives forever.
But you've had a child, Julia. A child with another man. God, you have totally betrayed me.
Lee, what can I do? It happened. I didn't even know you then.
But still, you kept it from me, and you even lied to me just now.
I was scared.
Of what? What could I do that could possibly be worse than the damage your lying has done now?
I thought I could forget, like it never happened.
Well, what are you gonna do?
I'll tell him to get out of our lives, and I never want to see him again.
And the child?
The child, too.
God, Julia, why? Why?
Oh, Lee, I know you're just upset.
I'm gonna be upset for the rest of my life. This is a child we're talking about, Julia. A child. Your child with that ass.
Lee, if there was anything I could do to change it, I would.
But you can't. You can't. This is one thing you can't change, Julia. You had a child. You can try and forget it, but you can't erase a child. Once you've had it, it's there for life.
I won't let him do this to me.
Oh, you did it to yourself. It's done. No matter what, we'll always know he's out there. Does the child know about you?
Yes.
And you're going to just act as though he doesn't exist.
Yes. And we can have one of our own. Oh, Lee, please try to understand.
How could you do this to me? To us?
I didn't know he kept him. He tricked me.
When did you find out?
He just told me today.
Well, then why didn't you tell me? I wanted to see if you'd lie to me. I gave you every chance.
I didn't know what to do. So much is in my head. I can't think. Oh, Lee, I'd do anything to keep you.
You're supposed to lean on me. You're supposed to share with me, Julia. Not hide things from me and lie.
Can't you see he's trying to trap me? He's toying with me. Oh, don't turn your back on me. Don't let him ruin us.
You are the only one ruining us.
No, I made one mistake. I didn't even know you then.
But you know me now, and you lied.
Oh, Lee, please forgive me. I'll do anything.
My wife, Miss Honesty.
Oh, please, Lee. This is the only thing I've ever kept from you. Please, Lee, I've never kept anything else from you. Oh, you have to believe me. Can't you show some compassion?
Give it up, Julia.
Do you really hate me?
I don't hate you. I just don't trust you. Is that why he's here? Is he using the child to try and lure you back?
Yes.
God, I'm gonna kill him!
Oh, Lee, I know it seems bad right now, really bad, but we have to stick together. If we don't, he wins. You don't want him to win, do you?
I'll be damned if I let him win.
Oh, Lee.
Okay. Victor, come on in. You're just the person I wanted to see.
I find that hard to believe.
Yes, sir. If you hadn't shown up, I was just about to call you myself. Would you like a drink?
No, thank you.
Well, come on, sit down. Well then, let's get right to it.
Jesus Christ.
What's the matter? I'm not going to shoot you.
Then put the gun down.
Can't do that. You see, the gun's here for a reason. And that is to give you a warning. The warning is this. I want you to stay away from me and my wife, or I will be forced to shove this into your mouth and pull the trigger. That would blow out your brains and leave your son an orphan, and you wouldn't want that now, would you?
I see you know about our son.
Correction. Your son.
He's Julia's son, too.
Julia does not accept him and wants nothing to do with him. Therefore, you will keep him as far away from us as he can get.
Is this true?
Yes.
You're going to completely deny our son?
Yes.
So, if you follow our instructions, you and your son can live a long, happy life together.
It's not that simple. The child loves her.
The child loves her because you told him to. You're responsible for bringing any pain into his life, not Julia. You could have told him she was dead.
But she's not.
Like your mother's not?
That's different.
It's no different.
She really has you fleeced, doesn't she, Lee?
Don't listen to him, Lee.
As bad a case as I've ever seen. I tried to warn you. You still stand beside her and believe she loves you.
What are you talking about?
Whatever he's going to say, he's lying.
Cut the shit, Julia. What is it? Is it money? You know I'm making enough to keep you happy. It may not be like this, but it's enough.
He's talking crap, Lee. Don't listen to him.
Don't deny it, Julia. She's been with me ever since I've been back.
You liar!
What about it, Lee? What bra was she wearing the other night? The black one with the small red rose in the center? And what about our child? But she never told you about him either now, had she?
Julia?
Don't listen to him, Lee. He's making things up to incite you.
It was the black bra with the small red rose in the center, wasn't it, Lee?
Make him stop, Lee.
You heard him. He said it was red. How did he know it was red?
I don't know. What else would you put with black? Not blue, not pink. He's a master at this, Lee.
That's too accurate. Maybe you're the master and I'm just the idiot.
No, Lee, please.
Well, how did he know, Julia? How?
Tell him, Julia.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Ah, don't lie to me, Julia, and don't play dumb.
It's because we made love that day, Lee. We had sex. Wild, passionate sex.
Liar! You liar! He's lying, Lee!
And the baby. I bet she told you I was lying about that, too. But I have proof. I have his picture and his birth certificate. Knowing what underwear she was wearing is the only proof I have for what happened the other day.
He's lying.
Shut up! Shut up!
Oh, Lee, darling, please look at me. He's a master at this. He's doing everything he can to turn you against me.
Well, how did he know? How did he know?
Wait, I can't think. Oh, please, just let me think. I can't think with you both talking at me. He came in.
He barged his way in?
That's right. He barged his way in, and he kept telling me he wanted me back.
And
he kept following me, trying to touch me. Oh, he wouldn't leave me alone. That's right. He kept following me, and then he kissed me and tore open my shirt. That's how he knew, Lee. He tore open my shirt.
Are you going to believe that she just let me tear open her
shut
shirt? She opened it for me, Lee. I didn't have to tear anything. You can see for yourself. Go see if it's torn. Go look, Lee.
Why did you let him kiss you, Julia?
I didn't. I pushed him off me, I swear.
Don't lie to him, Julia.
I'm telling you the truth. I buttoned up my top as quickly as I could. That's all that happened, and he's using it to make you think something did.
She still wears nylons and a garter, doesn't she, Lee?
I said, shut up! Come here!
I've always worn nylons. He knows that, Lee.
He knows too much.
He doesn't know anything. He remembers everything. Oh, Lee, I haven't betrayed you, I swear.
Look me in the eyes. Look me straight in the eyes and tell me nothing happened.
Nothing happened, I swear, nothing happened.
Oh, Julia, you're looking him right in the eye. I hope you're not going to do that to me, too.
Lee, you're my husband. Don't let this man, this lying, manipulating stranger do this to us. Don't let him tear us apart.
I want you to get out of our house and out of our lives forever. Did you hear me?
All right, I'm leaving. But before I go, I think maybe you should take a look at this letter she wrote to your son.
What letter?
The one you sent him last Christmas.
That's not even my handwriting, you son of a bitch! Oh, you lying son of a bitch!
Julia, calm
You're not
down.
worthy! You're not worthy to have my son!
Julia, stop.
I hope he grows up to see you for the lying son of a bitch that you are! I hope he grows to despise you as much as I do! You have to be crazy to think I'd ever want you back!
Julia, stop.
Insane!
Julia, stop.
Insane!
Julia, just stop.
I hate you! With all my heart and soul, I hate
Julia,
you!
stop.
Oh.
Julia? 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 Wake up. Come on. Come on. Julia? My God. Julia, wake up. My God, no. Julia, I believe you. I swear to God, I believe you. I do. I don't doubt you. God, please. I believe you. Everything's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right. You and I will take that trip. We'll take that trip. Be together. Be together. We'll be together forever. Huh?
That about wraps it up. Pity, too, isn't it? She was quite a beauty. You know, the thing that I can't understand is why a guy like that would beat up on his wife. You know, Joe, it just goes to show you that even those guys you think that got it off, they ain't no different from the rest of us.
You know, Mac, what I don't understand is, why the hell did she kill herself when she could have had all his money?
She shot him. She would have gone to jail.
She could have pled self-defense.
Counselor, would you please state the evidence you have in support of your motion?
Certainly, Your Honor. On the night of April 11th, 1992, the Chicago Police Department, after viewing the scene, concluded that during a domestic dispute wherein Mrs. Brennan received a blow to the head, she, in self-defense, shot and killed her husband, Mr. Lee Brennan III. Upon realizing her crime, Mrs. Brennan then shot and killed herself. Seeing as Mr. Brennan was a young man and died intestate before his wife died, according to the law in the state of Illinois, half of his estate went directly to Mrs. Brennan. Since my client is the only living heir to Mrs. Brennan, and since my client is also a minor, I motion that the estate be awarded to my client's father, Mr. Victor Garachik, as custodian for John Garachik until he retains his majority.
Is there anyone in court that has anything to say in opposition to this motion? It is therefore ordered and decreed that the estate of Lee Brennan, deceased, is awarded to Victor Garachik as custodian for John Garachik, minor. This court is adjourned.
Thank you.